Hi, this is Eric Smith. Me and my family are just coming from bowling, and I thought I would take a moment to shoot a really quick video. My son Isaiah is shooting it for me, so he's kind of my director. I just want to share two verses with you. They're two of my favorite verses, and I thought I would just take the time to just talk about them and share the depths of the verses with you to encourage you. It's Romans 12, 1 and 2, and the verses read as follows. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. These two verses are key to the Christian life. It tells us to present ourselves a living sacrifice and to renew our minds. The verses start off with, I beseech you, therefore, brethren. And the therefore in the verses talks about everything that comes before. In chapters 1 through 11 in Romans, it lays out the gospel, our sin nature, that God is the only one that saves, that he justifies us, sanctifies us. Nothing can separate us from his love. Talks about his sovereignty in Romans 9. Talks about salvation for Jews and Gentiles in Romans 10, Romans 11, how all of Israel is going to be saved. By the time it gets to Romans 12, it says, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God. And those are the mercies of God, God's salvation and his sanctification. And because of that, we can present our bodies a living sacrifice. And we're supposed to do that. We're supposed to be holy, acceptable unto God. Holy just means set apart. And this is our reasonable service. This is something that Christians should be doing because we love the Lord and he saved us and we love his word and we want to follow him. And it says, be not conformed to this world, which means it has the word picture of a square peg going into a round hole. The square peg is the Christian, the round hole is the world. If you try to cram it in there, it's not going to work. So the Bible's telling you, don't try to conform yourself into the world. Don't be like the world system. Don't act like the world. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you renew your mind through the word of God, through prayer, through walking with the Spirit. And if you do this, and it's got to be a daily discipline, you have to study the word, you have to pray, and you don't think of it as a chore. You do it because you love the Lord and you love his word, and that's why you do it. And if you do this, you may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. Because God's will is good, acceptable, and perfect. And you're going to be able to ascertain that just by renewing your mind day by day by studying your scriptures. I want to encourage you Christians out there, when you're out there in the world and you're thinking about all the things you need to do, you don't want to think of your Christian life as a chore. It is a battle. It can be a struggle. Ephesians 6 talks about putting on the whole armor of God because it can be a war. But it's also a joy because we can renew our minds and we can present our bodies a living sacrifice to God. I just wanted to take a moment to share that with you. When I get a chance, I'm going to shoot more off-the-cuff videos because the Word of God is so wonderful that I do want to share it with anybody that wants to watch, for anybody that subscribes to my channel. I hope that anything that I post is an encouragement. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can hit the button and subscribe. Put comments in the comment section because I always want to hear whatever my subscribers or anyone else has to say. Just try not to be snarky or profane, okay? Because we want to act Christ-like. And I thank you for listening, and may the Lord bless and guide and strengthen you through your day and through your life. Thanks for listening, and God bless.